channel, guys. My name is Kimiko. I am an ultra runner training for Leadville 100. Today we have a 2.5 hour trail run followed by an 1.5 hour lift. So let's get it. We're about 10.5 weeks out from Leadville right now. I'm running 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week, with my longer runs more stacked towards the weekends, but all of those are trail runs. It doesn't get old either. It's the best part. Sometimes you think like, seeing the mountains probably gets old. It really doesn't, not at all. We're packing up some gels in the Ultra Vest today. We're going out for a 2.5 hour run. I do one gel every 45 minutes. So we will refuel at the car around halfway, and I already have some electrolytes in my little bladder here. Something that I like about training with the bladder is it preps me for the weight that I'm gonna carry for Leadville 100. So we have to train like we race, so that is kind of the name of the game. I like to carry about the same idea of a weight that I would for Leadville on all of my training runs. So let's go get it. Something specific for some trail 100s, and definitely specific for Leadville 100, is that it's going to be a significant amount of hiking. There is a significant amount of elevation gain throughout the race, so we need to practice this motion of walking uphill, not necessarily just every run busting up the uphills, sprinting them, because it's just not realistic for how the race is going to go. So I train power hiking as well. Also helps with cueing in different muscle groups that we don't use just during running. So we train on trail and we train the way that we race. This is something that I've thought about a lot, but why Leadville 100 ultimately comes down to the fact that it's something incredibly difficult, and I feel like it'll challenge me in a different way than I've ever been challenged in my life. And I'm always kind of looking for the next thing to prove to myself of what my body's capable of and what I'm capable of. I played boys baseball from the age of 3 to 18. I decided not to play in college. I was offered scholarships, decided not to play. I joined the military. I was diagnosed with cancer while I was in the Army, and that was like a huge wake-up call for me. I had metastasized from my foot into my lymph nodes in my groin. Every time that I like laced up a shoe or tried to put a shoe on, it was just like this excruciating pain, and went through multiple surgeries. And after my surgeries is actually when they told me that I would never run or hike again. I started with like a 0.2 mile hike. Every single step was like horrific pain. If I could do this 0.2 miles, then the next day I could do a little bit more, and the next day I could do a little bit more. And every single step that I went a little bit further just built my actual confidence in myself, in my body, in my
my abilities that much more. And I talk about this often because I think it's really important, but true confidence is built by doing the thing that you are challenged by. That is how true confidence is built. You can't fake that. That's why I chose level 100. It's a scary goal, but I'm so stoked to be able to train for it and then get to the start line.
All right, 2.5 hours. Done. 13.62, 25-28 gain. So awesome workout today. It's beautiful out there. Now we go eat, cold plunge, stretch for a little bit, maybe get some work done, and then we go lift. I was choked on my... For breakfast, I'm gonna have some ground elk seasoned with some salt and pepper, as well as some eggs, and then a gluten-free English muffin. This is like the most masculine breakfast ever. All right, so the best way to perform well is to eat, to fuel your performance. So we've got good carbs, we have high quality of fats and omega-3s, and then obviously super high quality protein with the elk. Something that I get asked often is how I sustain the amount of workouts that I do with running and lifting and being a mountain athlete. I eat a ton throughout the day. I don't ever steer clear from anything that doesn't necessarily poison me. So yeah, this is an awesome breakfast. Definitely gonna fuel for our workout later. So dive in. A reason why I choose to cold plunge is honestly for the mental health benefits. So your vagus nerve actually runs from the base of your spine into your brain, and cold plunging has been proven to help with anxiety and depression and just kind of recenter your peace. So as hard as it is, it's super beneficial for the brain. So of course there are recovery benefits as well for muscular recovery, but honestly the mental health reasons are the biggest reason why I do it. This is my pre-workout stack for my lifts. So I do always electrolytes in my water when I'm at the gym, and then I'll throw in my creatine with my pre-workout today, and we are taking Mango Flight. If you're a woman and you do not take creatine, you're doing something wrong. There are so many incredible benefits for women to take creatine, specifically for sarcopenia and osteoporosis prevention, muscle and bone loss over time. It's just super important for us to maintain our muscle mass as women, just because we're more prone to losing that with age. So. All right, so we're headed into the gym, and something that I get asked quite often is just why I choose to lift, or why lifting is so important to me in my training for level 100. And for one, lifting is important to me for health reasons. Everyone should be lifting in general, but specifically for ultramarathons and mountain ultramarathons, a body that can endure more is going to be a better performing body. So if you think about mountains, you're not just running on flat road, right? You have to engage muscles that you don't necessarily need to engage on the road in the mountains when you're climbing up. So the stronger your legs can be under extreme pressure and under even like exhaustion, the better you're gonna perform in these ultras. All right, we made it to the gym. This lift is just as important as my 2.5-hour run this morning. So what we have today is 3 full body circuits. So we're gonna hit basically every body part for each circuit, and we're gonna go through those 4 to 6 times for 3 different circuits. So let's get into it.
I'm hanging on like a fridge to a magnet. Just a couple of burning matches. A good time is the best bad habit.
I'm doing 3 days of full body lifting right now, which is something I've never done before. I've never trained full body. I've only done like your classic splits. The whole idea behind it is that we want blood flow to move from the upper body to the lower body to the core, from the upper body to the lower body to the core. So our body gets used to doing that because that's what happens in the mountains. So.
You and I, we go good together.
Just in general, I think my running has improved so much with the combination of strength training, training this way with high intensity, whether it's intensity of rep ranges or intensity of weights, that 100% translates to being a better runner, like no doubt.
A bone to a golden retriever adds up to an easy equation. Me plus you go good together. We go good together. We go good together. We go good together.
Through my entire journey, Unbreakable has kind of been my mantra. So through 2 different cancer diagnoses, through 16 months of chemo, coming back from like career-ending surgeries and diagnoses, every single small step that I made forward and progressing, I call it up my mountain of things that I've had to deal with. I've just kept the mantra Unbreakable, and it's really honestly got me through some of my toughest and most impactful times, and it's still truthfully what gets me through training, even for Leadville, as silly as it sounds. It's just proving to myself that I am unbreakable and what that means to me mentally and physically, and just reminding myself of that every day. Okay guys, that was the workout. It's now time to go home and start on dinner. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. Woo! Got some sweet potato and zucchini, very heavy, on the grill here. Okay, so for dinner we have elk and then more carbs. So we have 2 patties of elk and then sweet potato, yellow zucchini, and then some rice. So this is dinner. Kind of what works for me. So dive in. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching a day in the life of a hybrid athlete training for Leadville 100. If you guys are interested in learning more about my training process, you can follow along on YouTube or follow me on Instagram, Just Miss Amanda. Thanks for watching.